Well, happy Monday to you. Chris Hare here, the Crypto Cowboy, bringing you yet another update on a Monday evening, September 23rd. It's about 7:30 my time, so we've had a daily close. Figure we go through these charts, give you an update of what's happening and where we can expect to go from here. So if we go over to the Bitcoin chart on the 4 hour, looks like we hit our first target that we talked about. Pretty happy with that. Do we go up from here? I have some questions on whether we do or not. Um, it's really in a consolidation type pattern. So there's this opportunity to come up. Your 200 MAs here, your 50s here. Now these are smooth moving averages. I like them a little better. Yesterday we just blew through both of them and blew through our target, hit the bottom side. Tried to break on down to this bottom target and came back up. Um, I'm torn here on if we go up very much at all. You can look at your stochastic RSIs, and they're rolling over with some bearish divergence. Same with the regular RSI. So if we do go up, I could see us testing out these 50s or 200s. Your 236, we tried to break it once earlier this morning, couldn't do it. Got rejected pretty hard. So I'm not very optimistic we go much above 113.8. But I'm still confident in these targets around 111 to 109. If we go out to the daily chart, yeah, there's our daily. Fix this so we can see it a little better. You can see we basically completed wave 2 in a 5-wave pattern, headed down to $99,000 to $93,000. I really feel like that 100,000 is probably a good mark, but we're going to leave that there. Watching this 200 smooth moving average, I think that's probably where we're going to try to bounce from. I don't think we stop here. We've got to cool off. So yeah, so I'm still looking for those targets, lower numbers around 100,000, probably sub. I'm not terribly optimistic about these bottom targets, but we need to keep them in the back of our head. There is a shot to head towards 88,000 if capitulation starts and things get ugly. So just keep that in the back of your head. Moving on to XRP on the 4 hour. Same thing, achieved our target, big ugly wick all the way down to here, down to about 269. I took profit on all of these today. It was a good place to do it. 25% profit, put my stop losses at break even. I actually put them up above this 50 smooth moving average. If we go up there, I would DCA on the way out as we broke this half, and then just go ahead and let it stop out and probably try to re-enter a short again. I don't. It's kind of the same as Bitcoin. I'm not real confident that we get that far. There is that possibility. Um, I would feel better about it rejecting to have somewhere around 295 if it breaks the 382. That's going to be your big thing. It's not enough that I wanted to hedge along. I'm still sitting in my shorts, and I think I'll stay there for a while. If we go out to the daily to kind of figure out where we're going, got a bottom target here. I still like that 263 area. You can see we finished A, or worked on A, finished B, headed down to that C target. Like I said, 261, we could come on down to about 230, 240. Like I said, time will tell. We're kind of watching this bullish trend line, see where we bounce off of it. The further we consolidate around here, the higher this bottom target's going to go. Rolling into ETH, we'll go ahead and start on the 4 hour. Everything's going to kind of look the same tonight. Kind of a wait and see. I'd rather trade from a place of strength. I know I took that long this morning. It was risky and it didn't work out. Moved my stop loss to profit as soon as I was up in there a little bit. And then I just left it alone. I just hung out in my shorts today. So rejecting around this 382 again, or the 236 again. There's a fair value gap up here at the 382. I really think that's probably, if we go that high, that's where we're going to finish, and then we're going to reject. Go on down and grab these this bottom target, 4,024 to 3769. If you go out on the daily, we've got a ways to that bullish trend on the bottom side. So yeah, I'm still looking at this 3,500 to 3,100 area for a bounce. I feel really confident in that. You've got your 50 smooth moving average here and your 200 here. I don't think we bounce off of this 50. I think everything's looking for this 200 and probably equilibrium here. So that gives you a pretty good idea of where we're going on Ethereum for tonight. Solana on the 4-hour. Still working on its correction, completed wave 1 and wave 2. You can see it here, 1, 2. We're on wave 3, finishing wave 4, hit our bottom target at 216. Sweet trade for anybody that traded that with me. Congratulations, you made pretty good money. You should be holding those shorts. I'm still holding mine. Like I said, we may come up and retest this 50. I wouldn't be surprised on all of these charts to just see this thing kind of consolidate here and wait on this 50 moving average to catch up and then go ahead and reject off of that. Kind of feels like it's what it's doing. A lot of times after these big dumps, we'll get a couple of days where we just kind of consolidate and figure out where we want to go next. Daily chart still on track, 191 to 173. I feel pretty confident about that. Your 50 and your 200 are right there. Those are great bullish bounce points, and you got this bottom trend here. So I feel like that's a really confident target for Solana. Sub 195 looks really good. If you go to Link on the 4-hour, Link tapped our bottom target. I had to take profit here, so we grabbed some profit. Everything's kind of in a, we finished a ABC here. Everything's kind of in a WXY consolidation. You've got your 200 moving average here that we just retested, and it's a little red, so that may be the end of this one before it heads on down to these targets, $20 to somewhere between in 1806. If we go out on the daily, it's going to look a lot the same. Yeah, daily target still 1767 to 1459. We may go a little lower. And like I said, it depends on how these things consolidate over the next week or two, couple of days. We may punch on down. I really feel like that market makers are wanting to get this move over. I think there's a lot of buying pressure and they're having a hard time pushing it down. So yeah, this conservative target I think is pretty good. When we get there, we can assess where we are and if we've got any more movement. Going out to Sui on a 4-hour. Reset this chart view. There we go. Move it over so you can see everything that I've got here. There we go. ABC correction finished. Basically a 1, 2, 3. You should have some kind of retest here, just like we've talked about on all the others. I think they're going to go back and look. I think they're going to go back and look for these moving averages here, unless they, like I said, they just consolidate, which is probably the better move. They're just going to bounce around here until these averages kind of catch up with them. They could bounce, like I said, it's just kind of the same thing. You could come up to this half target at about 359. I really don't see it coming up to 381. But that's where I'd have my eyes in the morning. If these things are still consolidating and maybe look a little stronger, I might hedge along on them. But for tonight, just going to let my shorts cook. We've got a long way to go down to the bottom, so those are going to make some good money. Still on target on the daily. 230 or the 236 is $2.52. I think that's a solid target to finish before we head up for that bounce on the weekly wave 3. AVAX made a pretty good run this evening. Kind of flipped over to get my charts ready. Was kind of shocked. It went ahead and reached up to that 786. You can see it there. I had a target drawn. I'd have watched that. I'd have probably taken a long on that. It looks pretty good. That's why I kind of think those other targets were probably going to work out to the upside. But it's worth watching. AVAX is rejecting, and the others are kind of rejecting too, so they may very well be done. AVAX is just a super strong coin. So I'm looking. We hit the initial target of 29.98, kind of wicked into it, bounced up. So I think we'll head on down to the secondary target now of 26.39, 23.83. You go out on the daily, where are we going to end up before we're looking for long? Somewhere around 22.73 to 19.13, I think is a really good bounce point. So there you have it. We've got all our charts in order. Everything has now we have a pretty good idea of where we're going. How's it working? I want to show you one more thing before I close out tonight. Forgive me as I look up at my other screen. Yeah, here we are. The Crypto School. You'll find me there. Coach Chris. That's me. I put all of my information here. You can see what I'm doing, the long that failed this morning even. Got all my gains. When I take profits, I post my YouTube videos here. All of my moves are posted here. We did a seminar the other night. I posted it there. Everything's there. And then look at the gains on this thing. But you've got this guy, Satoshi, that makes great calls for signal. Leisure Fish, one of my best friends and an extremely good educator. I can't thank him enough for all the help that he's given me, and we've worked together a lot. Lewis has some of the best TA you'll ever see, and then you guys are going to know who Connor Kenny and Tyler Hill is. They were both instrumental in my success. Tyler has just taken me under his wing and created this monster of a trader. I'm always so happy. And then if you, even in our trades chat, just take a look. This is what's going on. Everybody's talking about signals. Hey, how you doing? Everybody wants to be friendly, wants to teach you, making fun of Jim Cramer. I think that's great. I post charts. Other people post gains. We all kind of collaborate, figure out where we're going. I mean, nobody's going to make you feel stupid in here, guys. And it's just pure gold in there. If you're missing out on this, the link's in my description. I've also got links for Unix and links to my Twitter. Check those out. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. If there's anything different you'd like to see, or if you'd like to see a different chart, don't hesitate to reach out. Tell me what you want to see. I can definitely pull it up. I enjoy doing charts. It makes me better. It gets you guys better, and we all benefit from it. So like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you. But once again, my name's Chris Hare. It's happy Monday evening. We'll do this again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.